New pictures of the new upcoming interior for the Model S and Model X leaked out to Electrek. Not really sure if I like it. You guys be the judge. I'll show you a couple of pictures that they obtained. I am now also here in Sacramento, California, where I moved over the weekend. Hope I look and sound the same. Let me know in a comment section. But that's not the biggest news I actually received over the weekend. I ended up losing my day job, but I'll talk about it at the end of the show. It's not as bad of a news as you might think, but there's also tons and tons of other news that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's get going right now. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Electrek. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching me live on Patreon, for those who are watching me live on Patreon. And of course, if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, go ahead and press on the subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. As you just saw from my studio cam, I'm at the new studio and I will talk about it just a little bit more at the end of the show. But for now, let's talk about the new interior pictures for the Model S and Model X. Now, Electrek claims that they received these pictures, but there is no statement from Tesla. As you can see, they're basically going with the very similar interior to Model 3. And here's another picture that I'm going to show you right now. As you can see, you may not see the little display that they have, but they actually have a little display right here, right? So I mean, this is with the steering wheel removed. And let's go back to here, right? So it's kind of behind the wheel, kind of like what Model 3 has right now, but with a little bit of a display there. I gotta tell you, I don't like it. And again, of course, this is a matter of opinion. Their poll shows like 60% of people like it. I'll tell you why. First of all, horizontal screen. You know, in Model 3, it's a small screen, so that's okay. But in a Model S and Model X, that's a large screen, so you're going to have to reach out much further to the right. And the vertical screen was perfect because you kind of had the same reach to both, right? To the sort of both top and the bottom portion of the screen. And this is just, I don't like. Also, I enjoy having a large screen in front of me to see the speed and everything else for the car. I want it. As a matter of fact, I would also like a heads-up display like BMW has and some other manufacturers where it also kind of displays for you on your windshield, and you can kind of see it as you're driving without having to lower your eyes at all. So, I know they like the minimalistic look and everything, and yes, that's pretty cool. But at the same time, Model S is a luxury car. Model X is a luxury car. You know, when I'm buying a luxury car, I want to get it. To me, it was barely enough, what they have right now. But simplifying this even further, just not going to look luxury. I hope they change things around. I hope they add maybe some of the more luxurious features. And also, they're saying that they want to cut costs and make these cars for cheaper. Well, that's not my problem. You guys have to be able to make a car for the price that you're charging, and this is a premium sedan. And by the way, as I've been reporting, the prices have gone up. The base price for the Model S and Model X have gone up by $7,500 in the last year, and with the tax rebate being phased out for in another year, it's going to be altogether $15,000 more expensive as far as the base price is concerned. So, I don't know what they're doing cutting down on cost, because they're certainly charging more for it. So let me know. Obviously, this is not the final version. Obviously, this is just early sketches, but so far, I'm not a fan. All right, before I move on to a couple of other stories, just want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. There is a discount code in the description of this video. All right, so let's move on to the next story. Remember the Project Love Day. Now, this is Bria Love Day. She's actually a daughter of editor-in-chief of InsideEVs.com, the site that I use as a resource a lot. I had Tom, one of their correspondents, on the show, and they featured my videos a few times, and this is a great resource. Now, his daughter Bria, remember, she sent an email to Elon Musk about having this idea for a contest for people to submit their videos to use it as a commercial for Tesla. Well, he did it, and here's mine. I actually had my my commercial that I submitted, and I really like it, but I never made it to top 10. But this one girl who actually a lot of people liked, Sonia Jasansky, she made it. Remember her? This is the only interview, from what I understand, she gave to a media after being, I think, getting the third place or second place. In that competition. You can see it in my video library. Now, I wasn't very happy because the guy who won is basically had like 5 million subscribers on YouTube at that time, and really the idea was to get the common people, the common drivers who enjoy this car, to submit their kind of amateur videos. And the way they also voted, they decided on it, Elon Musk decided that it's going to be voted on Twitter, which is, if you have a social media following, you're gonna get your followers to help you out, and if you don't, like Sonia, you're not gonna get that far. So I wasn't really happy. I actually sent out a tweet to Elon Musk myself. My channel used to be called Everything Tesla before it became E for Electric, and this is the only time that he ever replied to me on Twitter. And he basically said that, screw you, man. Like I like the video, so I think it's fine. Well, a lot of people didn't really think that his video, which he obviously did with a crew and was professional, done, entertaining video, but people didn't think it actually incorporated all the things that we love about Tesla and why people bought Tesla. So Bria's dad and Bria herself are relaunching this project, and they're going to do their own thing. They're going to have their own commercial put together. The link to their Indiegogo campaign is down in the description of this video. Please go ahead and contribute if you'd like. They have a storyboard, and there's a lot of great things going on. Help them out, and hopefully we can have a real Love Day commercial pretty soon. So I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm glad to see this project kind of relaunch without Elon Musk's participation really at this time. All right, by the way, speaking of Elon Musk, now that he doesn't have to sleep at the factory, he's filling out some other duties at Tesla, and as you can see, there's a tweet for one of the Model 3 customers, to which he delivered the Model 3 himself. Here's one of the pictures from that tweet. Well, apparently they're trying to launch this thing where obviously they're having issues, trying to deliver the Model 3s in such large amounts, and they're trying to cut it down to like 5 minutes. They're sending people the instructional videos and trying to really get them familiar with the car before even they take possession. Well, now they're going to try to actually deliver those cars to customers off of the flatbed trucks and off of the big 18-wheeler trucks, so the car doesn't have to make it to the service center, unload it, and then you come over and pick it up. They actually have an idea where those trucks will just, stop by the places where customers want them, unload them, and there you go. It's going to be quick and painless. Those cars will really never even make it to the service centers. Now, there are a lot of logistics of this, right? You have to load the car specifically and pick the right routes, and these are 18-wheelers. That takes much more money, of course, to do that, but definitely will cut down on the delivery time. So, yeah, it is definitely an interesting, but pretty cool, right? Elon Musk delivering your Model 3. That's definitely pretty cool. Okay, by the way, hydrogen fuel cell cars like Mirai here. I've been a big critic of this technology simply because the infrastructure is not there. No one's really working on it, and you can't do it at home. That's a big disadvantage. And guess what? Now, but they said, well, hydrogen, it's it's an abundant, abundant fuel that we can get anywhere. So not a big deal. And guess what? They're having shortages in California. So yeah, they announced it, and I think it's going to last till August. But this just only confirms that if you don't have infrastructure, these cars are really not going to make it. I'm not really sure why Toyota and Honda also and Hyundai are behind this technology, still pushing it. I know it's more popular in Europe and in Japan, but man, this is just not good news. Another interesting news, Harley-Davidson is announced that they're not only going with their very first electric bike, they're also going to go ahead and do a couple of scooters, from what I understand. This is one of the first drawings. This is all electric that they produce, and they're going to have just a whole line of new generation electric motorcycles and scooters by 2022. They put out a press release today. Looks like they're serious. Looks like they're moving forward with this, and I thought that was kind of exciting. All right, but don't forget to watch my video from Saturday where I answer, well, the owner of this house, one of the very first Tesla Solar Roof customers, answers the questions that you guys had in the very first video that we put together, and it's live. Right now, I also want to thank some of my new Patreons. Kirivan Yam, I hope I pronounced all his names correctly. If not, I apologize. Became a new Patreon. Thank you so much, Kirivan. And Larry, welcome. And once again, thank you for supporting the show. And then Garland decided to just upgrade his previous pledge, go all the way to the top level where you get to watch me live. And now I do in the extra mile segment, which I will do shortly. So hopefully that will be following pretty much right after this. So those of you who are watching me on Patreon, please stay tuned. But before that, instead of the comment of the day, I wanted to talk to you guys about, well, first of all, my move to Sacramento. Once again, a new studio. Well, it's the same studio, but it's just new room I'm in. One of my spare bedrooms here. Again, let me know if the sounds and looks pretty good, hopefully. But this morning, I also realized that I lost my day job. That I was gonna keep going remotely. Now that I moved away from Silicon Valley, getting another job remotely would be definitely tough. So it's only makes it more important. Like people like the Patreons that are contributing to my show, it makes it even more important for me to be able to try to make it all the way to the end of the year and hopefully make this my full-time gig once I get a couple of new sponsors, once I Patreon, my Patreon community grows. So to those of you who are doing that, and of course you can do it right here, patreon.com/E4Electrek. Thank you so much. So it's not a bad news. It's a bit, I wish I didn't have that news 2 days after I move away from Silicon Valley. But I'm excited to just concentrate on this channel and hopefully be able to contribute to a real real turnaround. And I'm also going to launch maybe even another personal channel that I already had, and it was just kind of give up on it a couple of years ago when I decided to commit to this one. All right, looks like my Patreon stream is having a problem, so I'm not really sure if you guys are going to be able to see it, hopefully. But other than that, that's a lot news and a lot of stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. Definitely put everything in the comment section. That if you have any comments about it, I'm looking forward to it actually. And of course, I will see you tomorrow. Other than that, remember to stay charged.